Hey guys, my name is Pranisha Rizal and I'm back here with another video. So, right now I'm going to read the Ascension, God of Dragons. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's written by Awada J8. It was actually recommended to me by my Wattpad friend Niantica. I'll link his channel in the description. So let's get into it. A newborn child living with a peaceful family gets taken by mystical dragons. Years later, he becomes destined to save the kingdom of Raiano Dracianos and ascend as the new dragon god. But with the evil empire and the manifestation of darkness, can he rise and bring deliverance? It's a 32-part story, and I heard that the chapters are kind of long, so I will get into it. Chapter 1. The day the dragons descended on me. In a wooden house near the woods lived a family of four. A mother, a father, and two babies located in the field of grass, far away from any town that surrounded them. Scheduled, is that how you pronounce that? Scheduled, I don't know how to pronounce things, in a remote location that was easily visible to the naked eye. It stood out as the only house in the area. However, a forest to the south of the house was nearby and was one of the regions where the father goes out hunting easy prey. Justin, the second-born, was brought into this world with his older brother into a loving mother and a caring father. He had brown hair and dark eyes with an angelic smile. Every time his mother held him and his brother in her arms, she knew that one day they would grow up and change the world. However, she did not expect the tragedy that befell the family on a night no one will forget. One night, thundering roars were heard from the sky. The ground shook hard. The family of four did not know what was occurring. Justin's mother looked through the window and saw something that would haunt her memories for the rest of her days. Shaking, she took a few steps back and grabbed the children, holding them in her arms as tight as she could. Justin's father stared at her in confusion and saw the fear in her eyes. He got off his chair and approached her. As he walked, the roars became louder and louder. He placed a hand on her shoulder to try and comfort his scared wife, but how could one be calm after an otherworldly sight? "Honey, what's wrong?" he asked, though his wife did not say a word. She just pointed at the sky with her finger. Her hand shook intensely as she pointed. Justin's father looked through the window and gasped. He could not believe what his eyes showed him. Four colossal dragons were circling over their house. Sorry about that. It was cloudy that day. However, the sky was clear directly above their home. The, the enormous dragons could be spotted by the naked eye with ease. One of the dragons was wrapped with lightning all around him. Another was red and engulfed in blazing fire. The third was white and glowing with bright colors in certain areas around his head, horns, claws, and tail: red, blue, yellow, green, and white, and many more. The last one was golden color and glowing brighter than the stars. These dragons were roughly larger than 20 meters in size, and their roars can be heard from miles away. They were terrifying. The look on the faces of the parents describes the terror that was going to lay upon them. The dragons then landed down, surrounding the house. Justin's mother started screaming and crying for her life. The kids didn't take long to join her mother, crying for their lives. I think it's their mother, but anyway, I won't be announced. See, Justin's father went to his room and came back a few seconds later with a long sword that was red in color. The father is a master martial artist and swordsman. He planned on passing his knowledge and expertise on his children, but the colossal dragons had other plans in mind. Protect the children. This is not gonna end well, he said before taking a deep breath, gripping his sword like a warrior, ready to die in the name of his family. Suddenly, the ceiling was removed by the dragons. The fire dragon roared at the family, shaking the house with his foundation and sending the furniture flying at the walls. Justin's mom held her children tightly in her arms and hid under the kitchen table. "You won't hurt my family," he shouted. "I will proudly give my life if it means their safety." But suddenly he started to hear an otherworldly voice to speak inside his head. "The dragons of yore do not intend to harm thee or thy family." The newborn child, the second-born, had been chosen by the light. He would ascend as the new dragon god and rule and over man and beast alike, defy his fate if't be through thee refuse. We know it that thy efforts with all beasts in vain. The voice said. "What?" the father asked. "Who is talking in my head?" Wait, what is that? With 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 his flames purposefully extinguished, the red dragon simply spined his arm and pushed the father away. The father hit the wall to his left, in the kitchen. The mother looked around her. She looked left and right, trying to find a method of escaping. It was evident for her that it would be impossible, but she was ready to do anything for the safety of her children. She looked down on them and started rocking her arms back and forth as she looked at the baby and smiled. "Everything will be okay, my children. Mommy's here and she will not let anything happen to you," she said in her smooth, tender voice. She then kissed her sons on their foreheads. "I'll keep you safe, no matter what." The table she was under was slowly and carefully raised over her. She looked up only to see that the dragons were staring at her. Her husband was unable to move his legs as the red dragon gently placed his claw on them, immobilizing the father. He tried to push the claws off him or tried to pull his legs out, even going as far as stabbing the claw with his sword. However, the dragon felt none of it. There was a brief moment of silence. Only the breathing of the mother and the children could be heard, alongside the grunts and screams of the father. The golden dragon moved his claw and carefully pushed the mother away. The children fell from her hands. Justin then started levitating in the air and gently got placed on the back of the golden dragon. Suddenly, the sky was split apart. A golden light came down the house from above. All four dragons took to the golden sky above them, disappearing into the blinding light that illuminated the house and the house alone. The light soon disappeared after that. "Justin!" yelled his mother. Justin got back on his feet, but immediately got on his knees and broke down in tears. Justin's father He saw his wife crying and looking up at the sky, having her newborn be taken away by 4 otherworldly creatures. "Honey, what happened to our son?" she asked, screaming at her words. They took him," he said. The mother then continued crying, as she held on to her remaining son, who was crying as well. I heard a voice. "It said that Justin is to become the new dragon god," the father revealed. "What? What kind of bullshit is this?" the mother cried. "My son? My baby boy? Is probably the punishment for the sins I've committed. We shouldn't have left. We shouldn't have left." The father collapsed on his knees and looked at the sky. "Justin!" he screamed. "This cannot be." He got back on his feet and walked towards his wife on the ground, cradling her remaining son in her hands, tears flowing down her face. "What should we do now?" she asked. The father remained silent. We can only hope he returns to us," he said. "But when? One day. One day for sure." So this is the first chapter of the Divine Ascension, God of Dragons. I find it quite interesting. The thing is, I don't read the fantasy books, but it's it's great. It's great so far. I like how the author describes the dragons and everything. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced or left some words. I sometimes skip words around. Um, but let's see. Let's see the comments. Well, that title doesn't sound ominous at all. Shit, I would be scared AF. Hey, that's my guy. Some hints to their history. Oh, damn. Anyway, so I hope you liked it. And I'll see you guys next time.